Guys, welcome to another video. This is going to be a sit-down conversation style video. Okay, so there's going to be no vlog here, nothing like that. I'm filming a vlog right now as I'm actually, you know what, let me go ahead and film a real quick vlog, part of my other vlog. Right, so vlog, this is the video you guys just watched. Video that you just watched, this is the vlog that you guys are seeing next week, that you will see next week. But yeah, so I wanted to just do a sit-down video and just kind of, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb real quick, and just kind of keep you guys updated with what's going on. I did a video, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think 3 weeks ago, where I talked about kind of my faith in God, and it got a lot of positive feedback. It's interesting. It's one of those videos I did where it didn't do that well, right? It only got like 90 views, got like 5 likes. So it didn't do that well YouTube-wise, right? But it did a lot for me. For me as a person, it did a lot for me, right? It was something I've been wanting to talk about, and I talked a little bit about it 2 videos ago, but it was something that I felt like I had to get out into the world and speak on. Because it's something that they call it a born-again Christian. I guess that's technically what it's called, right? And it's just something that I felt like I had to put out there into the world, right? And ever since I did that, I've had people come up to me, family, friends, in real life, and talk to me about it. And they say things like, I'm proud of you, or I really enjoyed that video, or they sent me emails like paragraphs long about just what it means to them to hear me talk about something like that without fear, without judgment, without anything, right? And that was kind of my goal. My goal with that video was to do that, right? Was to, I guess, take away any type of negative connotation that has to do with faith, right? And I guess since I made that video, I've still been practicing my faith as much as I can. To be fully transparent with you, I guess a couple weeks ago, and this video is just going to be a life update, so if you guys don't want to watch it, don't watch it. There's going to be no working out. There's just a sit-down, raw conversation with the camera, right? About a week ago, I was going through a lot, like just work-wise and I guess stress-wise, anxiety-wise, and I had a lot on my plate, right? And for the first time in, I mean, maybe I've done it a few times, but like for the first time in like that I'm fully aware of in like 10 years, I sat down. I got 2 energy drinks from 7-Eleven. I sat in my car, and I just closed my eyes and I prayed, right? And I don't want to tell you exactly what I prayed for, but I basically asked for guidance and, guidance, essentially, a path, peace of mind, and the rest of the week went great, right? And I think about that a lot because I think me from like a year ago or 2 years ago, I would have been like, oh, the reason why you felt better after that is because it had nothing to do with God, nothing to do with faith. It was just that you rationalized in your head, therefore it was a clear path, therefore you knew how to fix it subconsciously, and then consciously it expressed itself with solutions, right? Where that could be true, but that's not where I am anymore. I'm now at a point where I'm looking at that as faith, as something I asked for, and I was granted gentle hands by God himself, and he gave me guidance. And that's kind of the state of mind that I'm in lately. All right, that's the state of mind that I'm choosing to look at the world like. I'm choosing to look at the world in that perspective, right? And it's weird. I really been diving back in my faith for, I guess it's been close to a year now, and close to a month now. Within that month, I have felt an overwhelming sense of peace in my mind. I have completely rearranged my importance in life, right? I think for a while there was just work, and like that's kind of changed now, It's my faith and my relationships, and then everything else is under that, which is the way I want to go. I want to lead by God first. Like that's the way I want to live my life. God should be number one. Number 2 should be family and girlfriend. And that's the way I'm going to live my life now. And the other thing that has happened, which I wasn't expecting, is everything has just become easier and less stressful, right? Before I went on this journey, the thing was, if something went wrong, it was the end of the world, right? There was nothing to fall back on. There was nothing to, I guess there was nothing to, yeah, there was no backup. And now at the end of the day, no matter what happens, no matter what the result is, if I know I put my best foot forward with the ability that I have at that time, which is important for me to say, because sometimes you just don't have the same ability that you do on other days. As long as I put my best foot forward, at the end of the day, I could sit there, and when I have the number one thing in my life is God and Jesus, everything is easier. I can rationalize everything better. And it's been amazing for me, myself, my relationship, both with Rachel, my family, with work, coworkers, clients. Everything has just been easier, right? And that kind of takes me to like my next topic I want to talk about. And it's funny, I guess for like the last 2 years, I've just been in this daze of just utter like chaos, and the speed has only been fast. Like I haven't had it's like I haven't hit the brake one time, I would say, at all, right? I mean, maybe like a month in total, but I haven't. And it's been very rewarding and successful, I guess, financially, business-wise. I guess things that are, striking of the ego, it's been successful on. I sit back and I look, where was I this time 2 years ago? I wasn't living here. I was in the process of moving. I wasn't working with Foundation in Annapolis or Severna Park. I wasn't a business owner. I didn't own a gym. I wasn't in this current relationship. I wasn't at peace with who I am. I didn't find myself. I didn't know who I was. I had an idea of who I was. I was constructing this idea of who I was based off the people that I was around, but I never sat down to actually figure out who I am as a human being, right? And that's been the last 2 years. And I mean, look, like it's worked. It's worked. Like it has worked. I'm doing the best I've ever done financially. I'm doing the best I ever have relationship-wise. I'm doing the best I ever have business-wise. I'm doing the best I ever have with creating a life now, which is beautiful, and I love it. And I'm not here to say I don't appreciate it. I appreciate that. But among all that, I think I was growing further and further with who I am. And I think when you have your foot on your gas for so long, it's a protection mechanism to not slow down, is you have to keep pushing the gas. And I'm so grateful that I can sit here now in front of the camera and say, that is where I'm at right now in my life. That doesn't mean slowing down. That doesn't mean I'm going to let off the gas, right? That just means from here on out, I'm putting God first, and I'm trying to find an identity for myself. Because in 5 years, I want to create a family. I want to create a forever bond with my partner, right? I want to create an amazing, successful business here. I want to keep expanding these locations, right? I have all these things, and I have the skill set too, and now I have the guidance and the protection of God. And it's just, I don't know, it feels very, I feel very grateful for it. And at the same time, I feel like this overwhelming sense of shame, like where have I been for the last, honestly, 13 years? Like, where have I been? Why did I choose to go the direction of, praising false idols, financial idols mainly? Why did I shame people who did follow the Bible? And I don't know, that's stuff that I wish I did not do. I did do, and I do feel shame about it. We got to move on from that. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit in this video, but I also want to talk about fitness stuff too, right? So within the past year and a half, we've opened up Foundation Fitness in Severna Park, and it's been doing really well. It's been doing really well here. I brought on my first employee. He's incredible. He's doing such a good job. We're building this beautiful community here in the center of Severna Park. That's been very successful. I don't really know how. I never really know how to talk about that, like how that happened per se. I don't feel like that's something for the public to know, but it's crazy. Every day I come in here, I turn the lights on, and I see this creation that was created by my hands and by the help of my partners. And it's funny, there's like these moments where I come in here, especially early in the morning when I'm the only person in the parking lot, and my trainer's in here working out with his clients, and I go out for my run while he trains here with his clients, and I walk outside, and it's usually like 6:15, and the sun's just now coming up, and I can feel like this crispness in the air, and I just think about that moment. Like I think about that moment often. Like that moment right there did not exist a year ago. I did not have a location on my own. I was not running. I couldn't just go out there and do a 10-mile run like I do now, right? I didn't have somebody working for me, working for this organization that I trusted and I know is a quality person. And it's like so much can change in a year if you just really focus and you stay true to yourself. And I think about that all the time. Like I just go out there, like sun's beautiful, and I turn around and I look at Foundation Fitnesses of Verna Park and this, beautiful location we have with these beautiful clients I have here, with the community that we're building here, in this town that's given so much to me. So Verna Park, I have deep roots in. I know this town, and it's like I'm so grateful for that, right? So that's the other thing, right? Like the business itself. I don't know, like I don't know the technicalities of what I want to get into, but I remember like putting this place together, like coming in here. I have photos. I'm not going to put them up, but I have photos of myself standing right here. My parents took photos of me. I was just wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and this place is completely empty. Like completely empty. There's trash everywhere. Those walls are not painted. There's literally nothing here, and like I'm just sitting here like, here we go. Let's shoot from the hip and see what happens. And like to see that grow, man, dude, that's addicting. Like I think that's like what it's all about. Like that's magnificent. The other thing I want to talk about too is obviously the marathon, right? Like that is something that I am so impressed by. I guess by like myself, my ability to get to this point where I feel like right now I feel like I could do a marathon, right? I know I could do a sub 4-hour marathon, but we're dialing it in, right, to a sub 3.5-hour marathon. And the training's been going incredible. I had that hip pain for about 2 months there where I couldn't really do anything, and that really did suck. That sucked a lot. But I took the 2 weeks off, and I started doing these stretches. I think I've showed them before in some of the videos out there, so I don't know exactly where, but I have talked about those stretches before, and it's completely cured all my hip pain. I have no hip pain there anymore. I can go out and run. I do speed workouts. I'm doing like quarter mile, half mile splits at like 6-minute paces with no pain, like literally no pain, and it's been amazing. And every week I'm just getting more fit and more fit and more fit. I'm hitting all my workouts. My pace is actually, so right now I'm using an app called Runna, and it's based on the workouts that it's giving me. It's saying that I should be between 318 to 322 for the marathon, which if I can do, if I get like a sub 320 marathon on my first time, I will be over the moon. I think that's like a 735 pace. I don't know if I could do that. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I still have a month and a half. Like, I think I have like 58 days until the marathon. So I don't know. That's a big jump. Like, that's really fast. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I have that November 1st. It should be about 10 degrees cooler. I'm thinking probably low 40s, mid 40s, beginning of the race, 7 a.m. It should be done by no later than 10:30. That's the goal. It should be hopefully low 60s. I kind of have a plan. So within the past month, I haven't been using any fuel. I've been using pre-workouts, like carbs and stuff like that. And I've been using the electrolytes, but I haven't been using anything else. So I think from now on, from this day on, so from last week, and then for the remainder of the marathon prep, I'm going to start taking my gels again from BPN. I'm thinking every 40 to 45 minutes, depending on the run, right? Throwing back one of those, 25 carbs, and then taking my electrolytes, right? So that's the goal, because I know when the marathon comes around, I want to be consuming at least one gel packet every 45 minutes, right? So that would be of roughly 4 to 5 during the marathon, which is about 100 to 125 carbs. I'm thinking maybe 2 packs of electrolytes, about 1,000 milligrams of sodium there, and then whatever else they have on the actual marathon trail, right? And the thing is about the marathon too, along the trail or along the path, along the race course, because they did this with the half marathon in Annapolis. They have like I think the half marathon had 2 setups for beverages. They had like Gatorade and stuff like that. So I could like do 2 shots of the Gatorades between the gels, just to get a little bit more electrolytes and sugar in the body. I did go ahead and purchase my marathon shoes. So I bought the Super Comp New Balance Fuel Cell carbon plated shoes. I was going to go with the Alpha Fly shoes or the Evo ALS. I think it's called ALS or AS4, which is an Adidas shoe. I was going to go with those. The reason why I didn't go with those is because, well, one, I just haven't been using those shoes. Like, I haven't been using Nike, I haven't been using Adidas, I've been using New Balance, and I really like New Balance, and it fits my foot really well. So in my head, I'm like, I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to mess that up. So the plan is to get the Super Comps. They're supposed to come in. They came in last Sunday. So I'm going to try. It says that they're good for between 100 to 150 miles. Well, carbon-plated shoes altogether, right? So marathon, 26 miles. So hopefully 3 or 4 marathons on those shoes. And I want to put about 20 to 30 miles on them prior to the run, right? So the plan in my head going into it is 3 runs. I want to do a speed workout, a long workout, maybe 2 long workouts, 1 speed workout, and then the Wednesday workout, the Wednesday run, which is the Wednesday before the marathon, right? Just kind of break them in, feel them in, and I want to feel what that quote-unquote pop feels like. So I'm going to definitely do it probably on October 2nd, I believe, is a Sunday. I think I have a 19-mile run, and I'm actually going to the Ocean City Country Music Festival that weekend. So that's going to be nice because that's a 19-mile run, which is almost the full length of the course, right? 19 to 20, only 7 miles less, right? So that's going to give me an opportunity to kind of run the trail, like run the route, kind of. I don't know how traffic's going to be. And I can use those shoes there, right? Just see how that feels. That's going to give me a nice, like, I guess, simulation of what the actual marathon's going to be. So I'm super, super, super excited for that, right? To get those shoes in. So training's going well, faith's going well, business going well, and I guess, like, I want to talk about it. I want to kind of break the news a little bit here. The other thing that I'm really, really looking forward to in the back of my head, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm not going to sign up now in this video, but I will sign up before Christmas for sure. It's just kind of expensive, a couple $1,000s. I'm going to do my first ever, drum roll, please. Half Ironman. I'm going to do my first ever half Ironman, right, which I'm super excited for. And I'm thinking probably the Eagleman, which was, I think that's a June race, and then they do the full Ironman this month, right? I think in like 4 days. Right, so the plan is, this is a hypothetical plan, right? In June, I want to do my first ever, so June next year, I want to do my first ever half Ironman, okay? So the plan is to start training for that after Christmas, so January, February-ish. That gives me January, February, March, April, May, June. That gives me about 24 weeks to really dial in on the bike and the swim in the run, and that is 1.2 miles in the water, 61 on a bike, and then a 13.1 on the feet running, right? That's in Cambridge, which is about an hour 15 away from here. We actually have a gym in Cambridge. So that's the one race I want to do 2026. And then, depending on how that goes, because I gotta, I'm loving this endurance training. It's like super hard, super difficult. It's a challenge, and I love a challenge. And every single day I run, I'm always like mind blown that I can even run like 5. Like I did a run a couple days ago. It was like 7 miles, and it was just like, oh, got 7 miles for the day. Almost like it was in my way because I could just do 7 miles now, which is like crazy to think about. Like that just blows my mind. I don't know. Like, that's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm 28, 29, whatever. Tonight I'm actually going out with Rachel. We're going to go celebrate my birthday. I'm not one to celebrate my birthday, but like I said at the beginning, I'm making an attempt to be more social, to be more, I guess, more of a human, right? So I'm going to hang out with my parents this weekend, hang out with Rachel. Just her and I are going to do a date night / also for my birthday as well. We're going to go out and get dinner at a place called Pearl in Annapolis, right? Anyway, so that is the initial plan, right, with the half Ironman, right? So we're going to go marathon to half Ironman, and then September, I guess it would be like September 8th, September 9th of 2026, I want to do a full Ironman. I want to do I want to go all in, right? So that is a 6.2 mile swim, 2.4 mile swim, 122 on the bike, and then 26.2, a full marathon on the feet. That's the plan for 2026. And like I'm gonna do it. Like, it's not a question of can I do it, it's a question of when I will do it, right? So 2026 is gonna be a huge year for me. I have a lot of, and then that's not even like talking about like the business and the supplement line I'm thinking about doing. That doesn't even like we're not even getting into that. And like this is the point I'm trying to make. Like, if you asked me 2 years ago if I could do a marathon, I would probably I'd probably say yes, but deep down inside it would probably be no. And if you asked me 2 years ago, could I do a marathon at a sub 4 hour pace, I would have said no. At sub 3:30, I would have told you to walk the other way. If you told me, a 25-year-old Michael, hey, you're going to do an Ironman or a half Ironman, I would look at you like you're insane. And I want to do this on my 30th birthday. Like, that's the plan. I'm so sick and tired of like this people getting older, and I cannot stand when people go like, oh, you just wait till you get older. Like, no, like, get out of here with that. That's nonsense. That is, you're holding yourself back mentally when people say things like that. I'm 28 years old, right? You're watching this, I'm 29. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. Just because like you're not in your 20s anymore doesn't mean you have to like neglect your health. Like, always be healthy. Don't ever stop being healthy. So that's that. I wanted to make that announcement here. Huge life updates, a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. I'm very, very excited for the marathon. I'm very, very excited for the half Ironman and the full Ironman. I'm also excited to get the bike. And at the end of the day, what I love the most is being able to sit down and communicate with you guys on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I love sharing the journey because I know it motivates people. I've gotten people come in here and work out with me and my team because of this. I know it motivates people, and I'm not going anywhere, brother. I'm here. I'm going to keep uploading because I know people like it. And I know, and now, this whole journey I am on with my faith again, I just feel like I'm closer with God. I'm closer with everybody. I'm closer with Rachel. I'm closer with my family. I'm closer with friends. Like, I'm closer with sorry, that's disgusting. I'm closer with myself, and it's beautiful. Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about that, get that information out there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Next video will be a regular vlog. You guys saw it here. The next video is going to be a regular vlog, and back to training, back to all the good stuff that you guys like so much. But yeah, so I'll see you guys next week on that vlog. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day.